Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. It's me. Well, life is good. Okay, I got something nice at Ralph's. This is a $10 candle, and I got it for $5. It smells so good. So, happy unbirthday to me. Small joys. This one is 2 wicks. Okay, this video is $20 storable groceries you won't starve this week or in the future. So you can eat this food right away, and you can eat it in the future. So think about save money on dinner, more nutritious meals containing more vegetables and storable and fresh food. Okay, so think about, we're going to start with the carbs. Think about bread, rice, beans, pasta, and protein, potatoes, crackers, soup, and canned meals. Okay, so the first thing is a small bag of flour. This is about equal to a small bag of flour, Dollar Tree, $1.25. Okay, some of these items are a little bit more than $1, and some of them are less. So if you get to the end of this and you don't have enough money, you have to put something back. So the reason you want a bag of flour is so you can make fry bread. All you need is 1 cup flour, 1/2 tablespoon baking powder. You really kind of need baking powder. A 1/2 teaspoon salt, and you mix with 1 cup of hot water. So you mix all the dry ingredients, and then you add the hot water little by little to create a soft dough. And then you can use milk, you can use water, you can use whey, and then, or you can add powdered milk. Then you put a little oil on the dough and you let it set 20 to 30 minutes. Then you fry it either in a tiny bit of oil to make a drier bread, or if you want it like a pancake, in more oil. And let me give you the recipe. So just remember, it's equal parts of flour and water and a 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder. Okay, so a small bag of flour and a small bag of rice. So if all you had was rice, you can survive on a 1/4 cup. In fact, there was reports that some of the starvation in China could have been avoided by a 1/4 cup of rice, and people walked by starving people and they died. Okay, now the next thing is pork and beans. Pork and beans are good because pork and beans go with everything. Also, if you have a 1/4 pound hamburger, you can add that to pork and beans. Okay, the next thing is a box of macaroni and cheese. Okay, this was the digital deal at Ralph's this week, so I got one of these for $1. These are generally $2.29. So this is a really good macaroni and cheese in case you don't have any cheese to add to it. All right, the next thing is 1 can of Vienna sausages. These are good because you can fry these and eat these with the fry bread, or you can just eat them out of the can, or you can eat them with the macaroni and cheese, or you can do it like the hot dog meal with fry the hot dogs in a little oil or bake and have that with rice. So is that 5? Yeah, that's 5. Okay, so here is the first 5. 1 box macaroni and cheese. 1 can Vienna sausages. Oh, and 1 can of pork and beans. And then at the end, I want to tell you something that's really going to help if you're eating the storable food. So that's the first 5. Number 6 is 1 package of hot dogs. So what I do is I just keep my eye out, and when the hot dogs are on sale for about $1, I get hot dogs, any kind, I'm not picky. And I usually eat 2, maybe 3 if I want some leftovers. So then we have hot dogs. That 6, 7 is peanut butter, but if you have very little money, get the peanut butter at Dollar Tree. But I got this one on sale. So you're keeping your eye out for sales. That's going to help you more than anything else. And the next thing is 1 can tuna. You can put that in the macaroni and cheese, or you can make a sandwich. The next one is chicken. And the next one is sardines. So I was going to do this at the end, but let's say you just want to buy $10. Okay, you see my bowls full of hearty vegetables? Okay, so what you can do is you can bake these to eat with this food. You can, you don't peel them, just wash them good. Just hack them in some large pieces, toss them with oil, and bake them. And then, so this I just learned off the vegetarians. And then get used to eating the tofu. So you have hearty vegetables, and the tofu is a protein. And each one of these is 5 servings, and each serving is 16. These don't, 16 cents. These don't go on sale because they have a long expiration, January 1st, 2026. So what you're doing is you're buying these vegetables. What I do is I watch for the bags at Ralph's at $1.30, and you can see I have several. Here's some potatoes. This is the marked down potatoes. And, well, I just have potatoes this time. But then I look for these squash small ones, so it's like 1 serving. I could add a squash to this. And so the thing about that is, well, let me show you a close-up. That is actually a decent vegetarian meal. So you're adding this to your cheap food. You're stockpiling. So I want to mention, I will make that tonight because I saved everything. This is last night's dinner. And what is in here is a little bit of broccoli. And these are the chicken nuggets that I made last night. So then I will make some hearty vegetables. And if there's some left over, that is fine. Okay, so that's the first 10. Now, the next one, so that was bread, rice, beans, pasta, and protein. The next one is potatoes, crackers, soup, and canned meals. Okay, so these are about $1, maybe cheaper. And potatoes are like rice. They go with everything. And then I bought a package of crackers. You see I got these marked down. These are like bread. Then I got 1 can of tomato soup. So these were 70 cents. Then I got this. They have these again at Dollar Tree, and these are $1.25, and it makes, I think, 4 cups. But if you have hamburger, you can fry hamburger, and this is going to give you a good meal. And then you can make fry bread with peanut butter. And then one of the best soups, and it's cheap too, is bean with bacon soup. I think this is a Kroger brand. So I have potatoes, I have crackers, and then I have 3 soups. So let me move these here. All right, life is good. All right, then we have 1 large bottle of juice. I just started adding this, so you're not going to be fruitless and die. Dollar Tree, $1.25. Then I have 4 canned meals. 1 can of chili, and see, I got this marked down for 75 cents, so you keep your eye out because they might come in handy. Spaghetti and meatballs, 50% off. So what I do is I try to find these at Dollar Tree. Tamales, those go good with the rice. And beef stew, those go good with the mashed potatoes. So if there's just one of you, you can get by for a while on this. Let me move out of the way so you guys can see. All right, life is good. And then if you have tea and coffee, splendid. I have a senior coffee for $1.30 from Ralph's. All right, now I have a good one. This is a bonus. So if you have one of these little things, and hopefully you have the lid, and you have one of these cheese packages and some hot dog sauce, you can put these on your hot dogs too. And you can make dry fry breads. So, but you can also have a little treat with some tortilla chips. Or this is good, you know, you can add beans to the chili sauce. You know, you've stockpiled this stuff, and it's going to save your bacon if times get hard. Or if you don't have that much money right now, you can maybe go with 10. I want to mention something. I was telling this guy I know, said he can't save money. If you can save $5 a week so you have an extra $20 at the end of the month, then you can kind of save yourself. All right, I want to mention something I'm doing. Now, what I'm doing, and I've done this before, is I'm making a diagram of my meals, and I think I get better meals this way. Barbecued hot dogs, macaroni and cheese, we have that, and baked beans, we have that. Then you can see I have an avocado, I have a tomato, and I have some lettuce, and you guys saw I bought some good pickles. But today at Ralph's, these living lettuces were marked down to $1.57. I could make a lettuce wrap, but I'll probably make lettuce, tomatoes, and beet salad. And then, you know, I bought the good pickles to put in my sandwiches. All right, so I want to show you when you start doing this. Also, with your hot dogs, you can make biscuit mix if you have one. Let's see. Make biscuits and roll them thick. Cook your hot dogs and roll your biscuits, and you can make those pigs in a blanket. So here we have. So the veggies are 2/3 of the plate. We have macaroni and cheese. We have baked beans, then we have the vegetables, and then we have the hot dogs. Which looks dumb, but when you start doing it over time, it's going to improve your meals. Okay, so I made my oatmeal better. This thing is crooked, sorry. I need a new tripod, but I'm cheap. I got a better oatmeal. 1 cup water, 1/4 cup oats, 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, and I learned this from the Rosicrucians. Dates, flax, and walnuts. So it was 3 dates on the side, 1 tablespoon flax in the oatmeal, and then 2 tablespoons of nuts. So I wanted to tell you guys that. So you could have a good meal, but if I found some of this stuff I learned from the vegetarians to be pretty good to know. Okay, so now I want to mention these sides, and then we're going to figure out the meals. So we're going to come up with the cheap sides and then the meat. So think of rice, tofu, refried beans, hummus, rice and black beans, soup, refried beans, and fried rice. That's 2/3 of the plate with those. And then 1/3 of the plate, hot dogs, Vienna sausages, hamburger, tuna, chicken, tuna and egg salad, hot dogs, and prepare a little bit for the holidays and keep stockpiling a little bit. So today I bought this for $3 at Ralph's, because if I have to eat beans, then I can fry my tortillas or my flatbreads in a little corn oil. So think about the 1/3 of meat: hot dogs with barbecue sauce, pasta or sweet potatoes, Vienna sausages in place of the hot dogs, hamburger with pasta sauce like spaghetti sauce and spaghetti, tuna and pasta meal, spaghetti, chicken and biscuits, chicken salad, tuna salad, egg salad, hot dogs with pork and beans, fries or toast or cornbread. And so now I want to mention this: meat, pasta, beans, rice, vegetables, soup, bread, using a combination of fresh and storable, leaning towards the more cheap food ingredients like the sweet potatoes, and tofu. Okay, now if you have rice, and you know, I mentioned to you I was eating the Kipper snacks. So rice and 1/2 can of fish, and then tofu. So you add tofu for a little extra protein all the time. You get used to it. And then the salad is lettuce, tomatoes, and beets, refried beans and rice, and then fry bread and hummus. And today I was looking for the hummus marked down. But tomorrow is senior day at Grocery Outlet, and I'm going to be looking for the bean stuff. I'm looking for hummus. I'm looking for avocados, you know, whatever I can find marked down. And then if you have rice and you mix black beans, rinse them and mix them, or black beans, avocados, and salsa, soup and crackers. And on your crackers, you can put the peanut butter. Refried beans, and if you add a little chorizo, you fry a little fat, you fry chorizo, which is cheap, and you can have chips. And then for fried rice, leftover rice, you fry Spam in a little oil, then scramble some eggs, and you can put your eggs on top of your Spam so you don't overcook them. And then add the rice and refry that and the vegetables, and then salt, pepper, and sugar. So no necessary to have heart attacks on these food prices. We're just going to buy our food marked down, and we're going to buy less expensive food, but we're not going to be suffering that much. Okay, and then I wanted to mention what I went to Ralph's today for was the toilet paper, and this one was $4.99, but Ralph's had a deal $1 off, so I got this for $3.99, which is a pretty good deal. So every time I go to the store, I'm buying maybe an oil, maybe a toilet paper. I went to the markdown bins. I don't think I bought anything today. I checked the produce. I didn't buy anything. Okay, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all. Bye.